Today I'm going to tell you, orient you towards Zotero. So I'll cover these contents: installation, introduction, configuration, data capturing, Zotero interface, tagging, annotations, and citations. So let's begin with Zotero installation. You have to visit zotero.org. Whichever browser you're using, either Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. So I'm using Mac, but then I'm using Chrome in this one. Windows people have the same procedure. Those who use Windows, they have the same procedure of downloading. So once you open zotero.org, you will have this option of downloading here. So you can click on it. And as you can see, I'm using Mac. So the very first page I opened was Zotero for Mac. But then here, just below the download button, it's given for Windows, for Linux, and for 32-bit, and Linux for 64-bit. So you can download the latest version of Zotero and then continue with that. So I've already downloaded it. The next step you have to do is log in into your Zotero account from Zotero.org only. So you go to login, and then you click here, register for a free account. Then you type all the details which it's asking, your username, your email, the password, and then you register. So I've already registered. Now after registration, you go on login and then log into Zotero. So after you log in, your own account will open, and these are some of the things which you see in Zotero page. First is the home button, home page. Then there is the web library, in which all of your items already in Zotero. If you're already using in Zotero, then these items will appear. Otherwise, this will be empty. Then this is a groups page, in which if you have projects with other people, if you're collaborating with other people, other reviewers, other researchers, then this group tabs will have different projects. Then this is documentation. This basically describes the quick links and FAQs regarding Zotero. This is the forum page. Here, basically what happens is any discussion regarding Zotero, or any reporting error, if it's been reported, then people discuss here the solution and everything. So this is the forum page. Then the next step is adding the connector to your Chrome tab. So here I've already added the connector, but I'm going to show you how to add it. So what you're going to do is you go to zotero.org/download/connectors. And then since I'm using Chrome, you can download this for Firefox, Safari, and Opera. So I'm installing it for Chrome. You click on the install button, then it will take you to extension page. And here you can add it to Chrome. Add extension. It will take some time to check the Zotero connector, the compatibility. Yeah. So it is added to this thing. Don't put this turn on sync. Then the next step is to activate this Zotero. So what you're going to do is you will go on this button. This is the connector button on the Chrome. Then you'll click on these three dots, and then you go on manage extensions. After coming to manage extensions, you'll go to extension options, and you will click on authorize. This will again tell you to log in, so that you can give permission to authorize. So I will be logging in again. And here it says change permissions. So yes, I will click on change permissions. And then there is certain settings, allow library access. Just keep it in whatever is like default. Then you click on save key. So it will get authorized. So what this Zotero connector does is, suppose you have an article opened in another tab and you want to save it directly to Zotero. So you can click on Zotero, and then here comes the save option that you can do it with this Zotero connector. Next, very important step is to download plugins. So two of the most important plugins Zotero needs to function properly is word processor plugin and Zort file plugin. So what word processor plugin does is, when you're working on Word and you want to add citations and create bibliographies, then this word processor plugin is very necessary. So you can go to Zotero page and you can go on documentation page, and there is an option for plugin, and then you can install this plugin manually. Similarly, for Zotfile, you can go on documentation page and then you can click on Zotfile, and this page will open, and then you will click here, download. So this will download and it will automatically be added to your Zotero. Okay, so next step is if you're working in a group, if you're working on a project and you need other people to work with you on Zotero to manage your references, what you will do is you will create a group. So here is the option. If you go on the groups page, you will see a create a new group option, and then you will click on it. And here it will give you options to name it. So suppose I want to name it XYZ. And then I will choose private membership because I want to closely operate in this group. So whoever gets invited will only be able to access this group, create group. Now here it will tell you that these are some default settings that you have chosen it to be private. Any group member can do the library reading, library editing, any group member can do, and file editing, any group member can do. Then you save settings. Then next step will be to go to group set. Next step will be to go to member settings, and then you would want to invite people to this group. So what you do is you go to send more invitations, and then here you either you can type the username of the people who have Zotero, who have already signed in Zotero, or the email of those members which you want to invite. The email should be the one which has been used to register for Zotero, not any other email would do. So here you can then type emails, as many emails you can, and you can separate the email addresses with a comma, and then you can click on invite members. So if you click on invite members, there will be an email notification which will go to each member, and then they can join the group. So that's how you're going to create the group. Now, once Zotero is installed, what we can do is we can Zotero will look like something this, the Zotero software. It will be installed in your computer, and you can see all your collections and all your. If you'll be downloading it for the first time, then it will be blank. It won't contain any articles. It won't contain any library or any collection materials here. So what I'm going to tell you quickly is that what these buttons are, what these icons are at the top. So this yellow one, this is a new collection icon. You can click on it and you can create a new collection here. Then this is for a new group and new field. Again, if you want to create a new group from here, it will again take you to zotero.org, and then you create the group as I've shown earlier. Then this is if you manually want to create any book or book section, journal article, anything else, or all these things which are mentioned here, you can just click on it and you can create this manually. Then this button, this icon here is if you want to manually add any article, if you have their ISBNs or DOIs or PMID numbers, then you can directly copy it here, the number, and the article will be added, and all the information related to that article will be added here. Then again, this is the attachment. If you want to attach, right now no article is selected, that's why it's blank. Sorry, that's why it's blank. Otherwise, if you click on an article and then you want to attach a link to this article or attach a stored copy of file or attach link to file, then you can do so with this attach symbol. Now, if you want to search a particular article by author, by year, or by title, then you can, this is a basic search tab, and you can search here. So what Zotero basically, as you can see, what Zotero basically looks like is it has 3 panels. So one panel is towards your left side, which is the collection panel, where all your collections, all your items are stored here. So what is the collection? Collection is this brown folder is represented by a group and represents a group, and this gray folder represents collection. And what items are anything which are in the collection. So these 3 terminologies are used. One is group, second is collection, and third is items. So that's why this is called a collection pane panel, where all the collections are stored. Then the middle panel contains all your items. So what you can do is now if you can see there is title, creator, and year. So what you can do is you can sort. If you want to sort alphabetically, you can, you can click on the click on this arrow near title, and then it will be sorted alphabetically. Similarly goes for creator. If you want to do it alphabetically, you can click on this, and then it will be arranged alphabetically. And for year, suppose you want to add any other information to this middle pane, what you can do is you can click on this, and maybe if you want to add publisher or date added or publication, then you can suppose you want to add date, so you can add date. Whichever article will give this information will have month or date or year, otherwise only year will be mentioned. So that's how you can do it. So now I'm going to tell you how to capture the data from any database to Zotero. So I'm going to type any random, suppose I want to search on gender equity. So what I'm going to do is, so yeah, here it gives me articles on gender equity. So there are actually several ways I can save this to Zotero. One is like I select these articles. Suppose I want 1 or 2 or and 3 also and 4. So I select these articles and save it to Zotero from this Zotero extension. The second thing I can do is I can automatically go to this Zotero connector, and then I say save to Zotero, and it will ask me how many articles you want. So I want all these articles. So I'll do select all, and I'll do OK. And then the group which I had created earlier, I will save it in that one. So now if you see your this folder XYZ, the articles which I had selected from the database have been saved here. So that is how you save, that is how you capture data from any database. Now, as you can see, this folder has automatically created 3 other folders. So what are the meaning of these folders? So one is duplicate folder, duplicate items, which says that sometimes when you capture the data, it automatically captures, a duplicate of an item. So this folder presents the different duplicates which an article can have. Then unfiled items basically means that whatever collection you have, these particular items, these particular unfiled items are not in any of the folder. And trash is basically when you delete any item or collection, it goes into trash. Now, the third panel is about the article information. Basically, it gives whatever the article, whatever Zotero has captured about that particular article. So let it load. Okay, if I select this particular article, if you see in the third panel, it gives me information like what is the item type, title, author, and then different kinds of information it gives. Then notes. There is a notes panel. There is a tags panel, and there is related. So one by one, I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay. So first, I'll come to information. What you can do is in information, you can manually also edit the information. If you want to add anything, suppose you want to add abstract, you can click on abstract and you can add it here manually also. Same goes for any of these items. You can manually edit anything. If you want to verify the authors, if you think there is a different author in the database and the author information is not correct, you can correct it right like manually here. Then notes, what you can do is either you can add it manually or you can access it from the PDF given in a particular article. So what you will do is for manually adding the notes, you simply click add here. And if you see a small yellow folder will be here, which is representing the notes folder. So you can, simply type whatever you want to. If you want to write a particular note for this particular article, you can type it here. Also, there is an option of opening this notes window in a separate window. So if you click on that, it will open in a separate window and then you can type it here. It will automatically get saved. Once you have extracted all the articles you need, what you have to do is you have to right click on it. So this is the PDF of an article which I want to save. So I'll open this PDF and then I'll click on this connector and I'll do save to Zotero and I will click save to Zotero PubMed Central. And then it will ask me where do I save the this article. I will select the folder from here, from this drop down version, and then I'll do done. And then when I check my Zotero again, the particular article will come here. Then as you can see, this is called the parent item and this is called the child item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the PubMed and right click on this one. And here something will appear as rename file from parent metadata. So I will click on that so that it gives me information about the article and produce the correct citation and bibliography. So as you can see, it's now coming in first the author's name, then the year, and then the title of the article. So now I will show you how to extract notes from a particular PDF. So in this particular PDF, I will double click and open it. And since I'm using Mac, it will open in preview. In Windows, it can open in any PDF viewer, the PDF viewer format. So now this PDF has opened, and for notes, what I can do is I can highlight this, and then suppose I go to the findings. Okay, I want to see what the conclusion is and highlight this. So it will get highlighted, and then I will save this PDF. Since I've opened it from Zotero only, so it's not asking me where to save it. It has automatically saved it there only. So if it asks you, then you have to save it in the Zotero storage only, Zotero folder. You have to save it where it is already saved. You don't have to create another, you don't have to save it in desktop or in another folder. So now I'll close it. And now I'll right click on it and I'll do manage attachments. Manage attachments. After manage attachments, I will click extract annotations. And here my the parts which I've highlighted will be extracted and Zotero will capture it. Yes, so I will see a green tick mark once it has extracted the annotations. And here the annotations will come, this yellow folder, same as notes. So the extracted annotations will exactly the way I highlighted it, it will come here. Zotero will capture it here. And I can edit this. Suppose if I want to edit this, I can edit it here as well and open it in edit in a separate window. Suppose I want to say that this is the title. So I will type title here. It's already bold. So this, and if I want to say this is the conclusion, I can type it here and make it bold. And I can also add very important finding must include in paper. So I can type all these and save it as a note. So if you click on the parent item and go to notes, you will see the extracted annotations. You'll open it and you will see the annotations that you have extracted and the notes that you have added afterwards. So this is about the notes. Then secondly, we come to tags. Now this particular article talks about gender equity. So you can add a tag and you can give it a name simply by clicking add. And then if you want to remove this tag, you can simply click on this minus icon and this tag will be removed from this article. Suppose we are tagging multiple articles. So the tags which we want to see will appear at the bottom here. So this is these are the tags. Now no article has been tagged as of now. So there are no tags in the display, but all the tags will appear here and you can arrange them. You can assign each tag a color by clicking here or clicking to a particular tag and there will be the option called assign color and you can assign those colors to the tag. Now let's come to related. What related actually means is that suppose you want to cross-reference this article with any article present in this folder. So what you can do is you can drag any item. Suppose you want to, you can drag it here, or what you can do is you can click on add, and then it will open a Zotero folder. If you want to add it from any collection, you can add it, and you can do a this works for cross referencing. Then I'm going to show you how we will we can do the quick citations and citations in Word. Okay, so there are 3 steps to quick citation. What are those? First, I will tell you those, and then we can move to the paragraph or line citation. So what we do is, first way is, suppose I want to create a citation for this one. So what we do is we'll in Mac we'll do Command Shift and C, and if it is, we will click on this, select this article and do Command Shift and C, and if it is a Windows, then we'll do Control Shift and C, and here on Word we'll do simply Command V. So suppose if you don't want to do a line referencing or paragraph referencing, then you can simply create references like this. Or the second thing which you can do is you can simply put Zotero here, and suppose you want to reference this one. So you can drag it here in the Word and it will create its bibliography. And the third one is you go back to Zotero. You want to create a bibliography for this. You click on right click it, and then you say create bibliography. You click on create bibliography for item. So after clicking here, it will ask you in which style you want. So I have chosen Vancouver, and then I'll see all these. I'll put it to copy to clipboard and OK. And then again in Word, I can simply paste it and it will give me a bibliography. So this is how we can create quick citations. The second way we can create bibliographies is by line referencing or paragraph referencing. What we can do is, suppose we have to create a bibliography here. So in Mac, the Zotero icon comes here between Windows and Help at the top bar. In Windows, it will appear somewhere here under the, either it will be written Zotero or it will be written add-ons, and then you can click on like next to review, and then you can click on it and you can add citation. So what we'll do is I'll click here and I'll go to Zotero and I'll add citation. And then a mini version of Zotero will open for me. I will select whichever collection I want the citation from. And then I will, suppose I want from this one, I'll click it and then I'll do OK. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the bottom of the page. I'll add bibliography. And since I've already added the citation, it will create bibliography on its own for that particular citation. So that's how we can do it for one. We can also add multiple citations at once. So what we'll do is I'll again click on this button, go to Zotero, add citation. And again in this window, I will see, you will see at the bottom, there are multiple sources. So what I'll do is I'll click on multiple sources and there will be a panel here. I want this article, and so I will select this one and I will move it here in this panel by the help of this arrow, or this one, and then with the help of this arrow again, I will move this article here and then OK. So automatically both the citations are here and the bibliography is created automatically. So this is how we add one reference. Suppose you want to add 2-3 references together. So what you're going to do is you can click again here and then go to Zotero, then add citation, and you can go to multiple sources. Then you click on an article and with the help of this arrow, you move this to another panel. And suppose you want to select this article and put this in the panel and this one. So these 3 citations will be created together. And it will automatically, Zotero will create a citation as 2 to 4. It won't say 2, 3, 4. It will automatically be 2 to 4. And bibliographies will be created just below the paragraph for your content. And I will add another citation here. So suppose you want to take this sentence to the last of your paragraph, and this is the citation number 1. So what you can do is you can select it and put it at the last. So now if you see the order of the numbers have been rearranged. So to do it back automatically, you go to this button, then go to Zotero and click on refresh. And then you see the citations are automatically arranged in numbers again. Same goes for the bibliography. So this was the basic orientation of the Zotero software. Once you explore it, you'll find more advanced functionality in these Zotero software. It is quite convenient and easy to use for your reference management. If you create bibliographies through Zotero, kindly preview all the bibliographies once you finalize over it, because sometimes Zotero creates bibliographies wrongly. So kindly check that. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you.